To successfully lead change, involve your stakeholders. Do the stakeholders for your change programme seem to be disinterested when you know it's a subject that should be of importance to them and to you? Have you considered finding a way of getting them more involved? I was working on a government programme which involved collaborating with 5 suppliers to deliver an improved service for schools. We had a project team which involved people from a number of disciplines: business analysts, information architects, workshop facilitators, subject matter experts. And using this group, we engaged a lot with schools to work out how they would like to see the interface improved. Having developed a very exciting set of proposals, we went back to the 5 suppliers and explained what we had developed. This met with a very lukewarm response and almost a disinterest in what we were doing. This was surprising, as we thought they'd be as excited as we were about what we'd found. It seemed as though they were passive spectators rather than active partners in what was going on, and we decided that we needed to find a way of improving their engagement. Because this involved a service interface between these partners and the application that we were developing for schools, we decided that we could begin to involve them further by doing some impact analysis on their organisation. We decided that we could use a workshop approach and work with them to look at how our proposals would impact what they needed to do and the interface that they needed to set up, both the application interfaces and the data requirements that were needed. We chose one of the organisations as probably the best partner to start with. They had a great deal of knowledge and a great deal of understanding about what they wanted to do, and so we started using them so that we could learn lessons quickly. We visited their organisation and we proved to have a very fruitful couple of days looking at the questions that we needed to answer. We then worked with the other 4 suppliers doing the same thing. As a result of this, we moved from a place where the partners were passive spectators to where they became much more actively involved and much more engaged in what we were trying to do. All of a sudden it seemed as though it did matter to them and that they began to understand the impact that it would have in more detail. It also had a big impact on them that we chose to go and visit them to do this work rather than them expecting to come to us. This particularly mattered for the small organisations that always felt as though the big dog was wagging their tail. In most change programmes, experienced analysts work with subject matter experts to develop the proposals for the way forward. While this can result in very high quality solutions, it often means that the stakeholders do become disengaged and regard themselves as passive spectators. It's always important to find opportunities to engage stakeholders in proper involvement early on so that they move from being passive spectators to active participants. If you want to know more about how to engage stakeholders in your change programs, I suggest you read Changing Spots, A Systems Approach to Change Management. Go to www.changingspots.co.uk.